Hello everybody, this is Kevin with Inspiring How You See That. We're the channel that goes behind the scenes and interviews some of your favorite artists, entertainers, and much more. So today is another Tech Tuesday. What we're going to be talking about today is OBS. And we've had some questions within the segments about the recorded screen behind OBS. What the questions were was, basically, how come my picture's pixelated? Or when I take the recording from OBS and then I download it and then re-record it, it still has like a pixelated backdrop, or it doesn't look as good as some of the videos out there on YouTube or wherever they may be posted. So we're going to be kind of covering a little bit of that to try to help you out. And it's all in how you pull the videos onto OBS. As you see, right now we have in the background playing, we have, Brian interviewing Florin from Liliac, PAPA LILIAC, and many of you guys, PAPA LILIAC, a great guy, awesome person. And, we can't say enough about Liliac and PAPA LILIAC. But check out that interview too as well. Check out Liliac, and we're excited to see them on tour again in 2022. So as you see here, in the backdrop, you'll see that the interview is a little bit, the coloring's a little bit more pixelated as far as the original. You're going to have that a little bit in OBS, and that does tend to happen. And unfortunately, there isn't too much you can do with that. That's just kind of the way their setup is through OBS. Now, one way, depending upon what recorded system you are using to, after you've recorded on OBS, if you're using Davinci, which we've talked a lot about Davinci, Shotcut, there's so many different editing programs out there. So this can help you out, get your backdrop a little bit better as far as quality. Where we see a lot of problems is the pull out from the file, meaning when you pull your recording and then process it through either Shotcut or OBS or the Davinci, what happens is you're recording it in a lower DPI or lower resolution. What they call it, is like 480 or 720 or even lower, sometimes 240, like the old ones you'll see concerts, and sometimes even interviews that are just really, really blurry. And today's technology is so much different than it was, even 5 years ago. So when you go into your settings, let's go into Shotcut right now, and I'm going to switch to a screen that'll show you Shotcut recordings. So now in my backdrop here, I have a Shotcut. And the same thing goes for Davinci. So if you have Davinci almost works the same way, and we utilize both of these programs, and we like both of them. And as you see, if you're wanting to export a file, you'll see there's a YouTube link which will export the file. Now in Shotcut, it's pretty much cut and dry, meaning that it already auto sets the quality for YouTube videos. So if you click export, it's gonna, of course, it's gonna be lower resolution. Now in Shotcut, if you want it higher resolution, you'll scroll down here and you can see the HD TVs, if you're going to record it to a DVD or whatever, however you want to process it. And of course, the processing is going to take a lot longer when you're recording on higher resolution. So this will alleviate from some of your issues in the backdrop. So if you wanted to have it high resolution or HD TV, you'll just select those. And that will help your background. So in Davinci, we'll pull that screen up and I'll show you in Davinci. Okay, so we're in Davinci here, and as I said, this is another program that we utilize, and you'll see back here there was a interview segment from Brian with the band called I Am They. Great band, great personalities. These guys are definitely a show that you have to check out. We'll put in all the links there, and we'll also put in the interview link. So if you haven't saw the interview, check it out, or if you have, let us know what you thought of it. But in Davinci, so when we, of course, pulled this over to process it, So you'll see the processing button right here. There's a little rocket going off here. But you can, if you want to do your YouTube, ours is already set up for 1080p. So you can go through, and this is something we're not going to get into real heavily here because there's so many different settings within Davinci, and you guys will find, like I said, we showed you some settings in Shotcut. Shotcut's pretty much cut and dry. Davinci, there's a lot more, and especially with their paid program, there's a lot more benefits, a lot more features. So you can go, you know, like most of ours are already 1080, or you can do HD. Most of ours are 1080, but you can go down to 720, 480, which are lower resolution, and that's part of some of the issues here. So if you're gonna, you know, edit and you want a high quality, you know, processed video, you know, it's definitely in the software that you're using. So we hope this helps you on your, you know, videoing and whatever you may be doing. If you're doing, you know, interviews like us, or behind the scenes, or just doing some gaming channels, and you want a high quality video, this is how you do it. And on the next one, we'll be, you know, doing some more with Davinci, Shotcut. So whatever it may be, you know, make sure you do subscribe, and you'll get notifications for those next ones up and coming. And or whatever Brian and I may be doing with Inspiring How You See That. So we'll see you on the next one.